You saw the title of this correctly. Yeah. You should register a Republican. And I'll tell you why. So, let me be 100% honest with you. The Republican Party is comically evil. Like, we all know the villains from, like, the Saturday morning cartoons where, it's like, they're like, you're like, oh my god, how is this person so evil? The Republican Party is comically evil. They are horrible. So you may be wondering, why am I telling you to register as a Republican? And I'll tell you why. The Dark Canuck, I get that you're Canadian, okay? Register to fucking conservative if you have to, okay? I cussed within the first 47 seconds, so there we go. But, actually, yeah, like, Pierre Poilievre is, like, a demon. Okay, so, you may be wondering why I'm telling you to register Republican, all of you lovely people who are watching this. I'll tell you exactly why. And make sure to share this with people so that they get the message. Going into 2024, there's one thing that's going to be certain, and that's if Biden is alive, Biden will be the front runner for the Democrat primary. He's going to win because he's the incumbent president. He's not really going to be challenged by anyone. So, follow this advice. In the event that Biden decides not to run in 2024, or he passes away before 2024, register Democrat, vote in those primaries. However, in the event that Biden is alive and kicking and running in 2024, he's guaranteed to get the Democrat primary. Flat out. And that's why I'm saying this. If you're in a state where you cannot push for progressive candidates, like say you're in a state like Maryland, which is a Democrat state, but it also has a big conservative bent, and pushing for a progressive candidate might mess up an election because people might vote for Republicans thinking that they might be more moderate. You can do this. If you're in a super progressive state or district like somewhere in California, register Democrat because the Republican challenger there isn't going to win anyways. Or if you're in a safe dumb district with a representative that you like, maybe register a Republican. And I'm going to tell you why. We know already that Donald Trump, will be running in 2024. What we also know is that the Republican Party really doesn't want him to run in 2024 because Donald Trump electorally is an unviable candidate. He lost in 2020. He lost in 2020 against Biden, and he lost hard. Not to mention, a lot of his people in his party performed really bad in these past midterms. The Republican Party did not perform as well as they did expect to do, and a lot of his candidates did not perform well. Your Herschel Walkers, your not Josh Shapiro's, your Doug Mastrianos, your Dr. Oz's performed horribly this election cycle. All Trumpists. This is why I'm saying this. You should register Republican because the Republican Party doesn't want Trump to run for president in 2024 because he's an electoral drain. He kills that party. They want Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida. Ron DeSantis is a horrible person. He's much more dangerous than Trump. Trump will say whatever he can say to get elected. Trump will say whatever he can say to get votes, to get people to support him. Trump would support queer rights if it got people to support him. He cares about power. Ron DeSantis cares about putting people down. He cares about being a fascist. He is principled in his hatred. And the Republican Party want him because he's better at pushing horrific beliefs than Trump is. And that's why I say this. What lefties should be doing if you are in a place where you can't push for progressives, is registering Republican so that come 2024, when the Republican primaries come by, again, Biden, if he's alive, he's going to be running in 2024 and he's going to get the Democrat nomination. That's squared away. What you want is a situation where it's a Biden-Trump rematch, because the American electorate has already shown that they do not want Trump again. They do not like Trump. We kicked him out in 2020, a unprecedented election when a lot of people were at home, when a lot of people were scared during the pandemic. They kicked him out during that time. He lost not only in a really bad loss, but he also lost in a really bad loss at a time that should have favored Republicans. If Ron DeSantis runs again, if Ron DeSantis wins the Republican nomination in 2024, think of it like this. Biden will be in a situation where a lot of his supporters may not come out to support him because they don't realize how much of a threat that Ron DeSantis is. We do, as leftists. We know how bad Ron DeSantis is. He's a horrible person. He's scary. The American electorate may not know that, and they may just not come out to support Biden. They will come out to support Biden against Trump, though. Which is why I say this. If you register a Republican, you can vote in their primaries. You can go to their caucuses. And if you can vote in their primaries and go to their caucuses, you can vote Trump as their nominee. And if you vote Trump as your nominee, you can just go and vote for Biden in the general election. You aren't party locked. You can be a registered Republican and vote Democrat. And you can be a registered Republican, vote in the Republican primaries, and then turn around and vote Democrat. That's not illegal. That's not against party rules. You aren't going to get kicked out. The place I work for is donating to Ron DeSantis. That's horrible. I'm sorry to hear about Coke. I know some people who did this to call for an out in WSNT. Yeah, NC-11. I'm from North Carolina. And I actually have heard stories of people doing that. Basically, just vote for a candidate that people don't like, and then that person might be pitted up against someone. Again, a Trump-Biden rematch, we know how that's going to go. Biden's going to sweep. We already saw these midterms. The Republican Party is not popular in this nation anymore. They are riding on Biden time right now. And a Trump rematch against Biden, they aren't going to win. What you want is Trump to lose. You want him to win the Republican primary, and then you want him to lose the general election so that DeSantis doesn't have a chance of becoming president for at least the next 4 years. And you know what? Who knows? If Trump is still alive in 2028, might be able to do it again. Leftists need more stuff like this. This is the thing that leftists... Yeah, literally. And that's the thing about it. We can't sit by and go like, ooh, well, we can primary Biden, we can we should run Bernie. Like, no. At this point, this isn't a pushing progressive thing. If you're in a place to push progressives, by all means do that. If you are in a really, really, really blue district that isn't going to swing Republican ever, and there's a really cool progressive candidate who's running in your district that may have a chance to win, register Democrat, vote that progressive in, get it done. I'm fine with that. But if you're in a state like me, or if you're in a red district that isn't going to flip anywhere else, what's the point in registering Democrat? Because Biden's already going to win the 2024 Democrat primary. He's slated. He's the incumbent. It's by far going to be him if we even have primaries. And you can also vote a more moderate Republican in your district, and potentially, if you're in a solid red district. There are a lot of things that you can do. But sabotage from the inside by voting for a less electorally viable candidate in Trump over DeSantis is a very good thing to do. And it's what you should be doing if you want to support people. And if you want to make sure that a fascist like DeSantis does not win, does not pick up. So, even though it may seem very antithetical to your beliefs to register Republican, do it just to vote in their primaries and vote for Trump, because a Trump-Biden rematch is much better than a Biden-DeSantis first match. We already know how Trump-Biden is going to go. Biden's going to win. Biden-DeSantis, we don't know how that's going to go. And it might not go well for us. Be strategic. And then, of course, when the general election comes, don't vote don't vote for Trump. Vote for Biden if the general election comes. When the general election comes, obviously. But in the primaries, nothing's wrong with being strategic. With that being said, if you liked this video, please make sure to share it. Share this one especially. If you don't share any of my videos, share this one especially. Get some ideas going in heads. As well as this. Follow me on Twitter, my Discord in the description. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Stop recording. I should hit that button. Bye.